Hi everyone, in today's maths lesson we are learning how to compare maths. So starting off with our anchor for learning, we need to match the objects to the correct scale. So we've got 3 objects down here and we're told how much each one weighs. So we need to decide which ones match to A, B and C. You might want to pause this now for a couple of minutes to have a think before I tell you the answer. So starting off with the apple, we can see that that weighs 4 cubes. So we need to match it with the scales that are showing 4 cubes on the other side. So that would be A. The glue weighs 8 cubes. So we need to match it with the scales that show 8 cubes on the other side. So that would be C. And then finally, we're left with the football, which weighs 6 cubes. And we can see that that matches with B. And today we are focusing on comparing maths. So in order to do this, we can measure the weight of objects and then compare how many cubes each one weighs. So here we can see that the apple weighs 3 cubes. The pineapple weighs 6 and the strawberry weighs 4. So now we know that information, we can begin to compare the objects with each other. So the first question says, is the apple heavier or lighter than the pineapple? So we can see that the apple weighs 3 cubes and the pineapple weighs 6. Now we know that 3 is a smaller number than 6. Therefore, it means that the apple is lighter than the pineapple. The next question says, is the strawberry heavier or lighter than the apple? Well, the strawberry weighs 4 cubes and the apple weighs 3. We know that 4 is a greater number than 3, so therefore we know that the strawberry is heavier than the apple. And then finally, is the pineapple heavier or lighter than the strawberry? The pineapple weighs 6 cubes and the strawberry weighs 4. We know that 6 is a greater number than 4, so we know that the pineapple is heavier than the strawberry. Okay, so now we've got a true or false question. It says the bottle is heavier than the pepper. Is this true or false? So we can see instead of using cubes, we're using pencils, but it means exactly the same thing. So we've got the pepper here, which weighs 4 pencils, and the bottle we can see weighs 4, add 4, so 8 pencils. So now we know how many pencils each one weighs, we can work out which is heavier. We know that 8 is a larger or a greater number than 4. So that tells us that the bottle is heavier than the pepper, and that this statement is true. This time we are being asked to order the objects from heaviest to lightest. So we're told that the ball weighs 3 pencils, the teddy bear weighs 8 pencils and the sock weighs 4. So we need to read the question carefully because we're being asked to order them from heaviest to lightest. So let's start off with the heaviest object. So if we're looking for the heaviest, we're looking for the greatest number. We can see between 3, 8 and 4, the biggest or the greatest number is 8. So the teddy bear is the heaviest, it weighs the most. Okay, so now we're looking for the next biggest number. We're left with 3 and 4. So we know that the bigger number between 3 and 4 is 4. So the next heaviest object is the sock. And then finally, we're left with the ball, which only weighs 3 pencils. So this is the lightest. So we've started with the heaviest and then we're getting lighter. So here's a chance for you to practice. You've got some pictures of different balance scales and you need to complete the sentences by using the word heavier or lighter in the correct place. Pause this now so you have a chance to answer, and I will show you what your challenges are for today. So on the White Rose Home Learning page, if you find lesson 3, Compare Maths, and your questions can be found on this link. So if you answer questions 1 to 3 for silver today, and then for gold, there are some reasoning questions covering the things that we've been talking about. And then there is the usual platinum challenges as well. Don't forget, there's also the video on the White Rose website, just to remind you about the things I've spoken about in this video.